Is the stream working? Hey, thank you, Deb, for that resub. And Lisa, what's going on? Karn, hey Karn. Doozy. Who else is there? Who else is in this room tonight? Mr. Kincaid. I was trying to do a new angle here. Is that clear? You like this angle? Is this better? Is it a better angle? I don't know if it's gonna freeze on me or not. Because I got this one and this side one, this one. See the different colors, the different white balances and stuff. This one's more realistic. I don't know. I don't want you to see the real me. Might be too clear. I'll do covers in a little bit. I can't do much on YouTube covers right now. So it's just jam tracks and questions. Sounds good? Looks okay? So it's working. All right. I just wonder if this camera's out of sync. I'm not sure. So what's new? What's going on, everybody? Crying in the Rain. If I do like little riffs like... How's Crying in the Rain go? Crying in the Rain. What'd you do? Scored 2 new... I can't read that. My eyes are bad. Turbo 18 subs and incredible price. Wow. RZ remembers the Periscope days. Everybody remember the Periscope days. They're gonna rock. Yeah. Real loud, probably, right? XS, hello. I wouldn't know what to do with that many watts. Well, I'm going to play a little bit on YouTube right now doing these backing tracks. And I have any questions or anything you want. But I might start playing some covers on Twitch a little bit later. Yeah, I wish it was still around too. I like Periscope. Right here? Yes, this is the Helix floor unit, right? But I'm not using that. I'm using the, you can't see it, the Tone X here, Tone X1 pedal. With some delay. This is, yeah, you see, this is my camera. Can't get that out of view. I need new gear, guys. Yeah, all my stuff is like, it's like old. It's a nice guitar. I like it. It's one of my favorites because it's quiet, plays really well. Hello, Donna. What's going on? Thanks, Seal Sender. Oh, the purple Ibanez, the one that's behind me. You can't see it. We'll dig that one out too. I started learning guitar when I was like 12, 13. I went to school later. It's all like minor pentatonics here. F major 7 to E, back to pentatonic, D7, minor pentatonic. That's it. It was a nice day out today, right? I switch between stuff. I use the Helix. I have a little Pod Go as well. I also have a fractal unit that I really don't use as much. But mostly I just use like a little small combo amp with some pedals. That's mainly it. Because I like modeling for doing stuff like this. Streaming and recording. But live, I like the amp sound better. It's so quiet, it's in my ears, you know? chord shifting, like what do you mean? In soloing or just playing along with chords like... Have you thought of the quad chord? I would like a quad. I'd like to try one out. But it's a lot of money now. I don't have that much money to spend on all this crazy gear. But I'm really digging the Tone X, because this sounds, if you pick the right amps and cabinets, I mean, you can get a really good sound out of this compared to the expensive units. I mean, the response on this pedal is great. I really dig that one. Like playing songs and solos. Well, it's just like muscle memory, really. You just got to do it over and over, and maybe not take it at this tempo, you know. Like practice it like maybe like this, slower, and then you can be like, okay, I'm gonna practice my pentatonics. Try to figure out the target notes that you like. Right? And watch the chords. A minor 7. F to E. A minor. D. F major. Back to A. Then you got the E7. So all this kind of works over this. Or the pentatonic scale. Stepped out of the pentatonic scale just to hit that F. I'm gonna step out again. F sharp, because that D7 chord, back to the pentatonic. G sharp for the E7. E. And when you do that and you find those notes, you get quicker at it. You get faster. Another thing is try to find all the different ways to play the chords, you know, all the different A minors you can find. That helps out a lot, I think. Tone amp Sims supposed to be top notch. Yeah, I think I got this one. This amp is a Bogner, and I think it was on the Tone Net. And then I changed the cabinet to an impulse response that I had. It made sense. Yeah, I'm trying to visualize the chords as arpeggios as well. So when I'm thinking A minor, but also put in the pentatonic scale. So you can mix that all in. See, right there, I'm thinking I could play any note I want, like any like chromatic note, as long as I land on the shape I'm thinking in my head is this, the A minor chord. I can land on that note. I can go. That note's good. There's my good note there. Even this one. And this one. And this one. Good. That one. So if I was to do... you know, over an A chord anyways. If I had an A. If I did some crazy chromatic note anyways. Chromatic lick or whatever. But I'm thinking of that. Also, the pentatonic scale in this position. Then you add the chromatics. When it makes you sound like you're doing some, I don't know, what you call it, jazz kind of things, but I'm not a jazz player. How much time did it take to get smoother chord transitions and picking? How long did it take? It took a while. I mean, I don't know. I started playing, but I was playing when I was young, so that's all I did. So it was like every single day, and so maybe like 2 years of constant playing and learning songs and jamming with some friends. You know, your picking starts getting better and everything else starts, you know, you start developing all these skills and stuff. And then you start learning about, well, how do you do this? How do you do this? And then you have kind of the technique down, but you clean it up with learning theory behind it. It's getting a little warm in here. You used to be a jazz player. I faked my way in jazz. Remember? I used to do these coffee houses, and I had to learn all these jazz standards, and I was like, I was trying. That's great experience for someone who doesn't know how to play jazz. He throw you in it, and you try to do it. And that's what I did. I tried to do it live, and then I would film it, and I'd watch back. Go, oh, that was awful. I gotta improve on that. I gotta fix that. Yeah, it was like a rock player trying to play jazz with a rock guitar. Yeah, it was pretty silly. You're a jazz blues player, even though you don't know it. I think what happens to a lot of these guys, they start out playing the rock stuff, right? You learn the Ozzy and you learn all the stuff, the Van Halen, to a point where they're like, I can't really do the Van Halen. I can't do the, they're sort of okay at it. Then they go, but you know what I'm good at? Doing the blues. And they go, then they put the cowboy hat on and they're like, I'm a blues player now. And then they start a blues band. But really, they want to do the whole. Because there's a couple people I know that are like that. They're like, we're blues players, but they're, they really like the shredders. They really like the shredder guitar players. Do you use an interface? I'm going the guitar into the Tone X, out of the Tone X. Well, actually, first, guitar into a little pedal board with like a wah phaser and everything, into the Tone X, and the Tone X is acting like my amp, like the amplifier. And then out of that, into an interface, the channel 1 interface, and then I go into a DAW. And in my DAW, I have delay and chorus and reverb and stuff in there. Me, I'm a slouch. I don't know. I seem to get more viewers on YouTube when we talk about guitar than me just playing, right? So let's just keep talking and jamming a little bit. I don't know. You sent video links. Video links for me later of some jazz. You did? Where are they? Are they in Discord or are they here? I don't know. Oh, you will. Okay. What did I learn today? What are you gonna send on Discord? All right, what do we got there? What do we got? We got what else? Maybe I'll do some more jamming, I guess. Like the backy track, the funk jam. This is called Funk in A minor, I guess. We like this one because we can go through all these modes and stuff. I have no idea. Yeah. Charvel, SoCal. What was that one about? One of my backing tracks. One of the backing tracks 6 months ago. Man, time's flying. That was your favorite one. That was your favorite one? Oh, I have to listen to which one it was. It's crazy. That worked. That worked? I don't know. Do you have a pivot riff exercise that you like to play with? A pivot? A what? You listen to that track every few weeks. Wow. Thanks. Put comments on it too. It boosts it up. If you can. Pivot riff exercise? Like I'm not sure what that means. Like what do I don't know if I really exercise much. I usually do pentatonics a lot. That's a lot. Like I usually do those odd groupings that help out. I do those a lot. Let's see, what else we got here? 80s glam rock backing track. What's this one? Oh yeah, we already did this one. This is like, it's like ZZ Top. Hello, Colo. Trying to find a rockin' one here. Do I still have that guitar? The Charvel? Yeah, I don't know if it's tuned. I don't know how well it plays. I haven't played it in a while. I can't believe I had 25 people on YouTube, and then I started playing. I go down to 14, and then it's like maybe I shouldn't play it. I don't know. It's very weird. I'll never understand how it all works. So I don't know if this is tuned. I haven't played this guitar, and these strings are like, they're pretty old. Definitely needs a string change. Needs some attention to it. Gotta fix that. You haven't seen this guitar before, really? these are evolutions. They're evolutions in here. Yeah, I think they're DiMarzios. And it's like an older one because the newer ones don't have, you know, this here. It's on the side. The newer ones. This one here, which is, I wish it was here. Because when I use the bar, sometimes I'm using stuff. It's kind of in the way. But I might change the strings. I might use this guitar. It's cool because it's green, and you can probably do some. What can I do with this? What can I do with this? Let's see. What's the color of this thing? I know I went dark here. Should be doing it there. Where is it doing? Why is it so like dark? I have no idea what I'm doing here. There's my space. Every time I do TikTok, it's like 4 people on it. You know, there's 4 people on TikTok. Look, I made it black. Oh, it's working. There we go. Now we got a space guitar. Look at that. People are going to think it's all crazy. What string gauge do I like? I like 9s. Ugh. I know it's pretty cool. Man, I wish I could. I'm on YouTube, but I see everybody trying out all these new pedals and stuff. I'm like, man, that pedal is like $600, and these guys get it probably for free. And do they have to give it back? I have no idea. I use Ernie Balls right now. Yeah, gear demos, right? I'll tell you a story of this one. Okay. Some gear demos are amazing. I love watching them. They sound clean and everything. Then when you get the pedal at home and you try to do that, it sounds like garbage. Because you don't have the same setups they have. You don't have how they tweak it. They don't tell you the behind the scenes, like how they put noise gates behind it or all the other stuff. Or if they have isolated power in their homes or on their pedal boards and everything else, you don't know. They just said, check this pedal out, plug it in. Oh, it sounds amazing right out of the box. It's like, no. And I remember, I would say like 10, 15 years ago, one of the big YouTubers, it was amazing. He was demoing the TC Electronic G system, which is it's a cool unit, right? He goes, oh, this does everything. It does this, and it sounded great through his rig, right? So I bought it, and it was expensive, really expensive. Plugged it in my rig, buzzed, because I have a Mesa Boogie amp and everything. It buzzed, calmed, and then it says, oh, you need to buy these isolation boxes. And then you got to buy these TRS cables. Then you got to buy this. Then you got to buy that. Then you got to buy this. And it's like, and then once you figured that out, you're like, okay, I think I got it so it's not as noisy. Then it tells you, oh, well, that the G system had this routing system that you couldn't arrange the effects the way you wanted to. So that wasn't in one of their demos. So, and then I had it for a while, and then and guess what? A month later, this guy was not even using that pedal board anymore. He was on something else. So that's kind of, you look at that stuff, you go, wow, this guy's using his pedal board. Wow, he did a great review of it. Next month later, he's using something else. So I kind of I have to really watch a lot of reviews before I get it. Hello from Romania. Hello. Sometimes I miss these comments. Tonight I'm using the you spent $2,400 on pedals this month alone. Wow. I'm using the Tone X1. I bought it when it was on sale on Amazon, and then I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, and then I started messing with it, and I started to get used to it, and I think I'm getting better at it, and I think I got a comfortable sound right now. Yes, Tone X and some delay. Yeah, that's another thing. All these demos, they have these pedals, and they run it through amps that we can't afford, or I can't afford. I'm like, all right, okay. And then some of these demos too are all, it's like, oh, check this pedal out, and it's just the heaviest music ever. If you're into that, that's great. But I want to hear all different kind of styles through that pedal. The Boogie 50 combo for 6 years, and that's what I do. I use a combo amp, or I need like a tube amp that I really like. Got influenced by an influencer. Happens to, I know. And these influencers, if I told you who they were, they would be like, oh yeah, I know them. Yeah, they're great. And they are. They're phenomenal players and everything, but it's like, still, you got to try it out yourself. I don't know about the John Mayer string. I don't really like artist strings. I never really got the idea, like, Why would I want to buy John Mayer strings? You know, like, I don't know. I was never like a picky person about strings. If they're 9-gauge strings like Ernie Balls or DiMarzio's and they don't break, that's great. That's it for me, you know. When I play live, I use a real amp most of the time. When I'm playing on stream, I'm using, well, like I said, I'm using this Tone X pedal, which has like an amp in it. But the thing with these amp modelers, they're great. I mean, you can get some good sounds, but they're all sounding the same. They all have the same kind of sound to me. And it's hard to tweak it so it doesn't sound, you want it to sound like an amp, right? And you'd be like, oh, this sounds like an amp, but you can hear some tones out of it that don't really sound real. Even with this, I mean, this sounds great. Kind of reminds me of like when you play a keyboard and it has weighted keys and you're like, yeah, wow, it takes, you know, you really got to practice on weighted keys. And then when you play a keyboard that has like the lightest keys ever and it has a synth patch and you're like flying on it, you know, and you're like, this feels fake. Right. Well, I do, like, I'm guilty of having my favorite artist gear. Like, I have a Steve Vai pedal here and a couple Vai pedals. Because I do like the sound of them. But that's about it. But when I play live, I don't use these live. I use regular Boss pedals or MXR pedals and a Mesa amp. You want motor noises, yeah. Right. Oh, we ended that whole thing. Oh, thick, heavy rock in E minor. Everybody's digging this whole thing, huh? Oh, that was a crazy one. The guy got raided? What? The Complex SF? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, it's not a bad sounding guitar, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Sounds pretty. That's with the chorus on. Totally forgot how to play this. We haven't played this one. Center Hill cards. Where am I hitting here? This guitar is really green. Yes. Is this love? I don't know, is it? It could have been. Is it I know this chord. It always reminds me of Whitesnake. That one. How deep we talking or ain't talking? Oh, thank you so much for that super chat. I'm almost at the go. I think I need like, I think it's like 20. And then then YouTube gives me like a little cash out thing for stuff. Wonder if I play things really slow, will I get demonetized? You like this camera angle? I don't know. I was messing with this, you know, like this angle and stuff. I don't know. I'm using my phone, and sometimes the phone works, sometimes it messes up. XS, thank you so much, too. Thank you. Looks very good. It does look. Thank you. Thank you so much for that super chat. Free your style. Thank you, Louis the Lion. Thank you so much. If you any guitar questions, I'm happy to take and hopefully answer as best I can. Deb, you like it a lot better. You like this angle a lot better? Been having throat issues lately. It's going on for like a month. Oh, this room is a mess. Is playing covers on YouTube getting you demonetized? Yes. Even when I did this, that might that might take that away from me, you know. Even the Bee Gees. They might see that as something and go, "Oh, you played Bee Gees." I would buy a Strat. Buy a Strat. I like a Strat. I know it doesn't look this bad on this angle, but all over the place, the floor, it's awful. It's like cables. Yeah, if you get it set up right. If you get it set up right, it'll stay in tune. Mine stays in tune. I got this. This is a $200 out. The blue one I play. It's like a $200 Mexican Strat. The traffic light, yeah, the traffic light in the background. For the longest time, I couldn't find bulbs for it, and then I finally found it, and it's working again. That's all the pedal. It's just this is a clean tone with delay, a little bit of reverb, and chorus. If I take off the effects, this is what this guitar sounds like. Sounds kind of like jazz, like real dry. See how that sounds? And I'm kind of clipping a little bit too. See how dry it is? It's I got this like a few months ago. Well, in December. It's a Tone X pedal. Can you see it? I don't know if the cameras can see it. Tone X1. It's a little bit weird to figure out, but you can download amps, any amp you want from users or whatever. It comes with a whole pack of amps and stuff. But you can download a bunch of amps, your own cabinets, and stuff like that. And it's really nice, but it takes a while to figure out. Like, it took me a while. And then what I do is I run this in my computer, and then I add the effects in that thing. So I do that. And then this can act like an amp for me because there's a switch on it. So this is the clean channel. Then I go to distortion. Right. And then back to clean. Just like an amp, yeah. This is a Charvel. This is like, I don't know what year this is, but this is a Charvel. It's just like almost like a Strat, but the only thing with this is it got a Floyd Rose on it, locking, which it could be a pain in the ass to do, I've played some Squires that are amazing. Squires are really good. The Nano update makes the pedal. The Nano update? I almost got the phone X7 days ago. I'm happy I didn't because I'm Apple or iPhone New Year, so I don't know. I need a new phone too. I need a new one. I'm a little behind, but they're so expensive. What do you think of Cort guitars? Oh, the Cortex, yeah. That's crazy. Those are nice. What do you think of Cort guitars? I played a few Cort guitars. The higher end ones are really nice. The higher end Cort guitars. I know they might be sound like a bad name, but if you're just starting out, they do make some, but I still would go with the Strat. If you're just starting out. If you want to go shredding guitars, I would go for an Ibanez or even or Charvels. Those are nice. The Nano might be a better one. Really? know. I'm getting pretty happy with the Tonex. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Because I found an amp tone I kind of like. Played on a scalloped fretboard. This isn't scalloped. I've been streaming on here for like an hour and a half, I think. Ooh, thank you for the follow. Oh, I know. I want to get that sparkly one too. It's tempting. Used to stream on there, but I had to make haters, so I quit. I only streamed like my recordings. You had to make haters, or you had a lot of haters? Yeah. I don't own that many guitars. I like Schecters. Schecters are nice. IK Media, I think. IK Multimedia. But it is a little bit fussy to figure out, so I don't know. I'm getting used to it. It took me a while, and I have tried it out live twice, just for testing, but I didn't do a whole gig with it. I did like 3 or 4 songs with it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. If you have like inner monitors, or if you have like let it go through a monitor, actual monitor, you don't have to bring an amp. As long as you have that and some pedals like delay and stuff and reverb, it's nice. You can make yourself a nice little pedal board with that pedal, and then go through the monitors, and it's all you need. Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff. You can get the amplitude, or what's it called? Amplitude, or. But I got the pedal because I want to use it live. The one I have is a Tonex 1. It's a small one. But they do make the big one, like just Tonex pedal, and I have that one here too. That's over here, but I haven't messed with that one because it's too big. Jason, spill the beans. What are my beans am I spilling? What beans? Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big Tonex one. This one only cost me like it was on sale for like 130 or 140. And I think they're regular 179. But I mean, like I said, it's not going to be like out of the box you're going to like, "Whoa, this is amazing." It's like it's a lot to figure out. So I just got lucky. I found a patch I liked. I tweaked it. I used my own cabinet simulator and tried to find a nice clean amp, which was working. And I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. So this is what I've been dealing with for the last month now. And it's really nice to play. I don't have really any originals right now. Yeah, I can help you out, Deb. Yeah, let's go jump over to Twitch. If you're on YouTube, I'm gonna shut YouTube down. We're gonna go over on Twitch and we're gonna jam some covers. Because I'm scared to play covers on YouTube right now. Alright. So everybody on YouTube, if you don't jump over on Twitch, I'll see you soon. You know, you could find me on Twitch, right? You know, and stuff. You can see my throat's getting kind of crazy right now. So let's go jump over there. See you guys there.